I probably get 2-3 inquiries a month about people who want to start their own franchise, and somehow they get my name and they think I have a magic wand, which I definitely don't.
So my father, Robert Morgan, met Tony Martino in the spring of 1963. Tony had a transmission repair facility named Aranco in Philadelphia. My father had a previous experience in the franchising business, and it was a total cold call. He called up Tony on the phone. My dad was very proud of his sales line. He said to Tony, "How would you like to make a lot of money?" So he got his attention, went over to Tony's shop. They talked for 5 hours and shook hands, and basically together launched the nation's first franchise chain of transmission repair specialists.
Yeah, Tony absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. At a very young age, he started Aranco Transmissions, grew it into 500 stores. After that, a few years after that, he started Mako himself from the ground up, grew that into 500 stores. He absolutely deserves to be in there.
First transmission I fixed, it worked. And if that first transmission I fixed didn't work, I probably never would have been in the transmission business, because the next 6 of them didn't.
As an entrepreneur, Tony knew that what you did is you tried things, you worked hard to make them work, and sometimes when they didn't work, you just moved on. But it was that spirit of taking that risk, having a vision, working hard to build something.
I think Tony will be remembered as an icon. He's one of the few franchisors that has started multiple concepts successfully and never really had any of them to fail.
I worked with Tony for over 35 years, and obviously it's a long time, but nobody has impacted on my thinking more than Tony Martino.
Tony was one of the smartest people I've ever met, and he taught me more about business and about franchising while I was there than all the rest of my career, including business school.
Well, franchising is a very human business. It's about the human relationship with lots of give and take and lots of nuance. And Tony really taught me pretty much everything I know about franchising.
Tony Martino, by far, taught me to be an intuitive business person, to look at all sides of the business, of people, of situations, and to never just take the face of it, to what it appears. You've got to think about it from all points of view.
He would talk about things, he wanted to do, talk about problems that he was dealing with the business, and he would think it through. He would go full circle before he'd finally make his decision.
In order to make it work, I got to know how it works, I got to know what works, I got to know what doesn't work, and I got to put it together. And this is the reason I've been in so many shops and been in these shops, and to do that. And I'm going to promise you that we're not going to give you anything that we don't try, and we don't test, and we don't feel that it's ready to go.
Core principle from Tony: that in order to have a successful franchise, you have to have successful franchisees. Everything that the franchisor does needs to work around ensuring that the franchisees are being successful, that they have a profitable, successful business. And so therefore, the support that we offered, the marketing that we offered, all was designed to ensure that franchisees are profitable.
And he just wanted to build businesses, wanted to build franchises.
I like to call it a passionate obsession. That's what I have. And I want to build a bigger and a better company, and I want to do it, and I just want to do it.
He lived up to the part of following his passion, and he delivered and held people accountable.
We often talked about Tony being our mentor, but more than that, he sharpened us. You know, it's biblical that iron sharpens iron.
My first impression of Tony was that he loved to put people up against the wall and test their thoughts and their ideas, and he played with people, and not in a mean way, but in a very good way. And he had a sparkle in his eye when he knew that you were right, that you cared, and that you thought your answers through.
He must have this little way of challenging you by pausing for a second, and then looking and saying, do you really believe that? And what he was really trying to do is to make sure that whatever you were saying he wanted to ensure that you were really committed to that. That you were really giving him the real thoughts, kind of defending your actions, giving your rationale for it. What it caused is it caused you to be a lot sharper, making sure that when you were talking to him, you understood exactly what you were talking about, because he was going to give you his true perspective on it.
I just have to go back to a line of Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you're saying." And I think we have to start doing what we're saying, and they're going to believe what we do, not what we say.
Tony was a great business person, a great mentor, and just all around a great guy, and I'm very, very happy to see him getting the recognition that he deserves.
I think the induction into the Entrepreneurial Hall of Fame is an incredible honor, and I know he would cherish it and enjoy it, because although he said he didn't like honors and fluff, as he called it, he was proud of it. He was proud of his accomplishments, and he was a great leader and a great entrepreneur and a great, shall we say, co-founder of the franchising business as a whole.
I mean, my father, Robert, was very proud of Tony's success. In fact, when I was 31 years old and I went to AMCO and became the CEO, one of the first things I did was call up Tony and tell him I wanted to see what he was doing at Mako. And I went over to his headquarters, he gave me a tour, he took me to lunch, and he gave me a lot of words of wisdom about how to take AMCO to the next level. And one of the things he told me, one of his expressions was, before you try to sell franchises, you want to get your franchisees to sing, get them to be happy and successful.
I bought a franchise in 1986. I could not dream about what I have today. I could not dream that big. I wish I would have pulled him aside and told him that. I think he'd like to hear that, because I think his measurement of his success is success with people like me.
I know that I will remember Tony Martino as the most generous person that I ever knew. He trusted me to be a franchisor alongside of him. He brought me into his inner circle. He taught me things about people, about franchising, and about life. And for that, I truly, truly respect him.
I think of the impact he had on so many people, providing a life that was rich and rewarding and profitable. I know he took a lot of pride in that also.